Bear with me, guys. Hey, everybody. It's been a long time, and it feels nice out, so I've got my window open in case you hear anything. It is what it is. Hey, Jackie's Concern. Hey, D Wash, Mika versus Roman. Debbie. No, your sound's good. It's all me. Chloe. D Wash, yes, I can. Give me just 1 second. Trying to fix something that's gone wrong. Not gone wrong, just that I messed up. Oh, I miss you guys too. Hey, Nay Nay Nose. Jennifer Height. Yeah, I've had enough, so I had to come out of hiding. I've had enough. Enough is enough. All right. There we go. Lord have mercy. Just got to do a few little things and then I'll be on. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. It's really pretty here tonight. I don't know about where you guys are, but hmm. All right. I mean, this is not going to be a super long live. Hmm. Oh, well, I'm going to have to figure that out later when I get off. All right. Let me turn this camera on. Hey guys. Let me get my chairs situated. All right. Woo! I look like a hot mess. Now, as most of you know, I took a break from YouTube following the passing of my auntie. I had one auntie pass at the beginning of, or at the end of August. No, at the beginning of September. Beginning of August, my bad. Then my other auntie died about the 20th, 21st. So within a 2-week period, I went from having 3 aunties to one. And the auntie that passed away recently was a twin. So now I have one auntie left, and my aunt is still here with me. I had some of her cremains put into a necklace because I took her everywhere I went with me anyways, and so she's still here with me riding. My true ride or die. Now, with all that being said, I've been kind of in and out. I have way more than just the death of my auntie going on. I have a lot of other stuff going on as well. Still working on this YouTube thing on behind the scenes, more or less, and trying to get a different setup besides this right here. I'm actually redoing my home to have a designated YouTube area. Now, with that being said, I'm still not all the way there, but I'm trying so hard to get there. But I had to come back for this because, now mind you, I haven't really been around people in the past couple of months, so my mouth is probably going to be a little foul. I'm not going to be timid, hell of a chick tonight. I've had enough of the bullshit. So I know that there's been some beef. I experienced it on my end, and I never spoke about it, really because I didn't want to give it any light. It was pointless to me. There are just some people that don't deserve the attention that they seek, and there are a lot of needy people. Now, the Kenneka Jenkins case, unfortunately, has brought out a lot of foolery. Thank you, Cassie. A lot of foolery. A lot of people that I don't know where in the world you were before the Kenneka Jenkins case, and I thank God that I hadn't crossed paths with you previous to the case. But it has brought out not only some of the strangest people I've ever encountered, it has also brought out the bad in some people that may not have been a bad person. If you understand what I'm trying to say. So there was some beef that went back and forth regarding a lady by the name of Ava, or who goes by the name of Ava, I should say. That's obviously not her name. It didn't take a degree to figure that out. Now, she came on really, really strong with me. Just messaging, emailing, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into what was said between the two of us, but for whatever reason, she thinks that I leaked out all of this information that never happened. She kind of just inserted herself in a situation that had really nothing to do with anything that she was talking about. And she wanted me to look at this case that had already been solved. I didn't mind looking at the case. I just didn't understand what it was that she was wanting out of me. Regardless, hold on one second. Let me move this cat's thing out of my way. Sorry, guys. Wasn't that prepared to go live tonight. Okay, so she inserted herself into this case in some roundabout way. And then she was Nia's moderator, I guess. I don't follow Nia. If I wanted to follow bullshit, I would watch TV. So I choose not to follow her. I don't want to listen to what she's talking about because it is some of the most cockamamie bullshit I've ever heard in my life. It is a bunch of exaggerated stuff that there is no merit to whatsoever. And I'm not trying to be ugly. It just pisses me off because there are people that have worked really hard on this case. And thank you, Vanessa. And when someone like that comes onto the scene and does a bunch of stuff like she's doing, it destroys the integrity of the stuff that people have done. So, with that being said, hold on, D-Wash, because I'm going to add you in just 1 second. Bear with me. Regardless, this whole thing with Ava turned into this thing with Ava and Nia did a live where Ava came on and talked and blah, blah, blah. Long story short, it was a bunch of attention seeking. And that's neither here nor there with me. I don't care. But what bothers me about it is that they're taking away from the case. Okay. Taking away from the case. As usual. As per usual. Oh, I believe she's a real person. I never said she wasn't a real person. Ava is, in fact, a real person. She's not a made-up person. That's just not her name. Okay? I know her name. That's not her name. Regardless, Nia and Cassie have had words before, have had a beef going. And honestly, I understand Cassie's side of it because the stuff that Nia is putting out, there's no basis. Where are the facts behind what you're saying? And yes, it is true. Everybody can have their own opinion. We can all agree to disagree at the end of the day. That's great and that's fine. But when you're coming out with outlandish stories about this case, and even the mother of Kenneka Jenkins, Miss Teresa Martin, has to come out and speak because you are throwing trash onto her daughter's name, that's not a good look. I mean, that's not a good, it's actually very embarrassing to the community, period. That's embarrassing. No, sweetie, that's not her real name. And I'm not going to go back and forth with you tonight either. Like I'm not, I don't have a tolerance for bullshit tonight. So, regardless, it's bad when the mother of Kenneka Jenkins has to come out and address a YouTuber for putting out false information. That's about as low as it gets. Okay. That's pretty low. If regardless. So I hear today that they are alleging that Miss Ava has committed suicide. That's pretty low. That's pretty low. When I heard that and I read the messages that were sent to Cassie, I call bullshit. I'm going to call bullshit, and I'm going to tell you why I call bullshit on it. This was discussed when Nia first went live to bring Ava on to try to drag me through the mud, whatever they were trying to do. They were already working this plan up, talking about what if Ava had hurt herself and blah, blah, blah. And Ava had said that I had said something about her deceased mother and all. Did not happen. It did not happen. I have all of the receipts from all of the information that was sent between me and Ava. That never was said. Never. Regardless, I don't have a problem with Ava. I have moved on. I just moved on. I didn't give it any kind of light, didn't give it any kind of breeze to take off. I just let it go because I'm not that person. I'm just not. So when I hear this today, of course, dug around a little bit and there's nothing there. Um, this is on a national, this is on a state basis. There's nothing there. So I took it a step further and I called the police department where Miss Ava lives. And I didn't get specific information, but what I told them was this: I'm a YouTuber. Um, there's a subscriber in this community that I'm in. Um, the rumor mill is that she has committed suicide. Um, can we do a welfare check? Because if that's the case, we need to really know. Um, there's nothing there. Um, and I thought it was pretty low. That is really scraping the gutter for attention when someone has to do that. Now, I don't know whose plan this was. I don't know who came up with this, but mental health is real. Mental illness is real. And the stigma that goes with that, it's nothing to play with. I have a son that has schizophrenia. Not cool. Not cool at all. I'm going to try to add D Walsh. Hold on just one second. Bear with me. Bear with me, guys. It's been so long. Been so long. It's really, I mean, I'm embarrassed that um, that grown-ups are acting like this. I mean, embarrassed. Who does this? Okay, here we go. All right, D Walsh, I'm gonna send it to your email, Sugarfoot. I'm gonna send you the link to your email. Like, what kind of person does this? I just don't get it. All right. Yeah, I just don't understand why someone would play like that with something that's very real. That also affects a lot of us. A lot of us have had members of our family that have committed suicide or um, know people, friends um, who have committed suicide. It's not a joke, it's nothing to play with. There you are. All right, let me put you on.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay. Hi, everybody. I can't hear you. Hold on. I got my laptop on and I have you on the phone as well. Okay. Oh my goodness. This is a mess.
what you said.
It is. It's a mess. And, for somebody to play like they, committed suicide, it's awful and it's hurtful
Mm-hmm.
because, I was telling you that My nephew killed himself like almost 4 months ago. He just turned 16. And then within I think 4 days of each other, then my cousin killed himself, which was 29. You know, both of them had, well, one, the 29-year-old, he was suffering from a medical condition, um, which was blood clots, and it was painful for him, so he couldn't deal with that, even though he had a baby on the way. But then
Mm,
the 16-year-old, he had mental issues that, his mom took him to every doctor that she could think of, for help. Every doctor, um, psychologists, doctors, he was in group, everything. But he even told her, my brain was broken. It wasn't anything that she could do. He left a note, and that's what the note said, that his brain was broken
terrible.
and I couldn't do, he was like, Mom, you did everything you could do for me, but if I couldn't fix it, you couldn't fix it. And that's what he was 16, and that's what he said. And it's been within the last 4 months. So, and for her to use suicide, you know, to play around like that, it's hurtful and it's painful for other people that
Hmm.
have suffered the loss of a relative or a friend. You
Hmm.
know, she should be ashamed. Those are adults.
Yeah.
Why would you even play like that?
Hmm.
You shouldn't. You know,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I
Mm-mm.
mean, what are they thinking? You know, and for them to say something like that, and if it was me, I would shut their whole platform down. Just shut it
Mhm.
down because you don't play like that.
Mm-mm.
Kids watch, kids watch they channels.
Mhm.
Young adults watch their channels. So
Mhm.
you never know what a mindset the mindset of one of those young adults is. And then for
Right.
her to say something like that, you don't know what they thinking. Oh, it was
Right.
okay for her to do it, so it's okay for me to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mhm.
just trying to make a point as to why she shouldn't, go
Right.
around saying stuff like that.
Right.
And so hopefully it's not, I pray to God it's not true and that she didn't do nothing like that. And
Right.
and for her to keep, and for both of them to keep fussing back and forth with Chloe, back and forth, all of them back and forth, nothing is never gonna get solved, or
Mhm.
and then you can't move forward because of all this he say she says stuff.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
like we said before, Nia coming into something that Chloe has been on since 2017.
Mhm.
And she did all the homework, she
Right.
have receipts, all this other stuff. So for her to go and pick information from what Chloe did, from what, I'm just gonna call it out, Straight Drop did, or We Trust TV, people that's been
Mhm.
on there from day one,
Mhm.
and then she go and pick, different stuff from all of their channels and make it her own. It's absolutely wrong.
Yes.
And then for her to get mad because you getting called out on it,
Right.
I mean, I would call you out on it too if I did that. And then you
Right.
using my material and then you calling it as your own. I would be
Mhm.
pissed off too.
Right. Mhm.
If I'm wrong, then, I'll apologize. But that's how I would feel.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I don't, you know, I just hate all the fussing, arguing back and forth,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, and it's like this. Okay, so we've had a lot of stuff happen in our community,
Mhm.
in the J4K community. We've had a lot of stuff happen. We've
Mhm.
had a lot of people around the case die. A lot of stuff
Right.
has happened. And is this something we want to drag into it? That someone supposedly committed suicide over cyberbullying? Do you
No.
realize that a lot of the stuff that Nia is doing is cyberbullying? Like, that
Right.
is literally what you are doing, and you're trying to talk about someone else. It's not right. It is
Right.
not
Right.
right. And I just don't understand the thinking that goes or doesn't go into, this is a platform. People are seeing this. And like you said, kids and teenagers. And, you never know where somebody's headspace is. And
Right.
as an adult, you could be having a really bad day and hear that and say, you know what? That's just how I feel today.
Right.
If it's okay for her, I'll do it too. It's not
Mhm.
cool. It's not
It's
cool.
not it's not cool at all. And I
Mm-mm.
don't care whose channel it is,
No.
I don't care if it's the worst person channel. You still just don't, you just don't go out saying stuff like that. You
Mm-mm.
know, you just don't. And
Mm-mm.
like you said, cyberbullying, where is the people that's supposed to be on these cases, like on just watching out for these channels. And
Right.
when people say stuff like that, you need to hop on that channel and be
Mm-hmm.
like, look,
Mm-hmm.
why are you saying this, or why are you doing it, or I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
cut your page off, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, however they do it,
Mm-hmm.
until
Mm-hmm.
we figure out what's going on with you, and why are you making these threats, or why are you doing this.
Yes.
So, but they be so quick to shut a page down when they pop lock and dropping it, or they twerking or whatever, you shut it
Right.
down. But when somebody threatening suicide
Mm-hmm.
or saying they
Mm-hmm.
done committed suicide, you do absolutely nothing.
Exactly. Um, Jackie makes a good point. Not only the material being used, but the fact that she talks about two hurting mothers, but does not want her motherhood called out. She seems very miserable.
Right,
And I'm going to say
right.
this because it was something that I was planning on speaking about shortly before my auntie passed. A couple of things. One, and I do want to address this, it has nothing to do with this, but Nia did say it, and she needs to be educated on it. We don't say the word tranny. That's not
No.
cool. I've
Mm-mm.
heard her say it several times, and that's not something that you say. That's usually the last thing that someone hears before they're either had the brakes beat off of them or shot or something like that. So we don't use that word, and she used it in reference to Jolyn Ford. Okay.
Oh,
Um,
well.
Another thing, in talking about the mother thing, she I'm just going to call it what it is. Okay. Another reason why I don't watch her channel is because of the language that she uses in front of this small child that's there.
Right.
She uses a lot of foul language in front of that little kid, and I think that's her grandson. And I'm just not down with that. I'm just not. You're supposed to be setting an example if that's your grandson, and I'm
Right.
not all the way
Absolutely.
into that, but I just think it's kind of tacky that you can't clean your mouth up in front of a little child. That's just my personal opinion on that.
Hmm.
But um, I don't know what you know. Cassie has receipts for the stuff that she's talking about.
Right.
If she didn't, she would be talking about it. So,
Exactly.
what would make her want to go and pluck from Cassie's stuff and try to pick holes in? I don't understand. Like, that's not what this is supposed to be about. If we're all in the J4K community and we're all supposed to be working together as a group to try to get justice for Kenneka, where's the justice in going back and forth with that bullshit? I don't understand it.
Right.
I don't
I
get it.
can't stand it. I don't either. And you know what?
Correct, Cassie.
I pulled away.
Smoking in front
I
of the
pulled
baby.
away.
Yes.
I pulled away from it for a minute because of all the bickering. We talked about it before, where I just kind of pulled back from it for a while because I got tired of all the bickering.
Mm-hmm.
Just not with them, but from other content holders as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
It's just so much. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like I don't want to be a part of something that, you have to, you know, you can't listen to the facts, not so much facts, but you can't listen to what everybody else have because the other people over here bickering,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
you can't get your channel, or we can't listen to what you got to say because they bickering in the background, or we can't hear what Cassie has to say because they're bickering behind her in the background. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people backed off from it. And
Mm-hmm.
some of those people may have had some good stuff that we probably could have used, but they
Right.
backed off too because of all the fighting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know.
Another thing that she says, because majority viewers don't look to see if what we say is true or not. That is true, and I strongly encourage subscribers to channels to hold the channel holders accountable for what they're saying.
Right.
Um, if you have a fictional channel, that's fine. But this is not a fictional channel, and I think people are community. I think that people get that confused, like they just downright disrespectful AF about
Right.
FPG's mom. Okay. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yes, this is not a fictional case. This is a real live case where there is a deceased person, a young person, and you are speaking so foul on them that their mama has to come out on Facebook and address you.
Right.
You don't feel bad about that?
That's
But
embarrassing.
as a subscriber to a channel, you have got to hold the channel holders accountable for what they're saying. Not
Right,
just say,
Shamika.
yes.
Look, Shamika B said, right, disrespectful to the mother. You're right. I seen that, Shamika. I seen that.
Mhm.
Disrespectful. Just downright disrespectful.
I don't understand why. What are you getting out of it? And Cassie made another point too of the smoking of the kush in front of the baby. That's another big reason why I think that's foul. Oh,
Oh
foul
my
AF. I was like, I know that that is not what that is. Like, that can't possibly be. And you can sit there and say whatever you want. You, as a grandparent, sitting there smoking a blunt in front of your grandbaby, not cool.
that's awful.
You can even put the cussing to the side. You are sitting there smoking weed in front of your grandbaby. Come on,
I
man.
the other night when I got on with Cassie when she was on live, Chloe when she was on live, it was like it was late one night, and it was I swear Neil was on live too, but it was like 2:30 in the morning. That baby was still up at 2:30 in the morning. But you know what? I try not to bring other people's kids into
Right.
that, you know. But me being a parent when mine was younger at that age, they were in the bed at like 8:30, 8 o'clock.
Hmm.
That's just me. You're
Hmm.
taking your butt to bed. I don't care what age you are, but I just don't like I said, all this fighting and stuff. It's just I just don't know what to say. I'm just tired of it. I just really wish they would just leave each other alone. Just I don't know how you just cut it off, but if you do cut it off, they still will get another name, go under another name,
Hmm.
somebody you don't know or whatever, and then they'll still come to your page,
Hmm.
your channel or whatever.
I don't understand why she feels the strongest desire ever to just go to Cassie's work and start picking it apart. I don't understand that. Go to somebody else and look at their work if that's what you want to do. How about
Right.
this? Do some research, try to
Yeah.
contribute to the community. Let's try to have justice for this dead young lady that is a real person. Let's
Right.
really get justice instead of going back and forth with Chloe. I don't understand her obsession with Chloe. And at this point, it is an obsession. It is an
Yeah.
obsession. And I hate to say this, you know, right or wrong, right is right and wrong is wrong. Um, Cassie has the facts to back up what she's saying. So, why do you feel the strongest desire to try to prove other? I don't understand it. I just don't get it. Um, yes, do your own damn research. Why do you feel like biting off of everything she does? I don't understand it. And I honestly, I don't usually give attention to stuff like this because
No,
I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? But
but
when
it's
it
hard.
starts to become a problem,
Right. Yeah. Big Papa, he says, why don't we just leave it alone? Because when it becomes a problem and it's interfering at what everybody's trying to do, that's why we can't leave it alone because it's hard when you're trying to do something and that person keeps, you know, interfering with channels, the
mhm,
channel holders, or, you
yes,
know, throwing stuff up in there when it's not true at all.
hmm,
It's stuff like that. So it makes you look bad, or they
hmm,
putting you at a place where you not. Because first it was like Chloe was at the Crown Plaza that night. Then you were at the Crown Plaza that night, or somebody seen me, you, and Chloe somewhere that night. No, you didn't. Stop lying.
yeah,
So that's why we push it so hard for people to say, "Look, shut the fuck up.
hmm,
Stop lying. Do
hmm,
your own research." No one was there.
hmm.
No channel holders was there.
No,
So that's why we going so hard about this. And not leaving it alone because we tired of this shit.
hmm,
Seriously.
hmm.
And it take a lot to take me out my character, but I'm sick of this shit.
Yes. So sick of it. So sick of it.
Yeah, and you know what, Miss Jackie, attention seeking should be that should be an illness.
Yes.
And it seems from
Yes.
jealousy, low self
And
esteem, and
Cassie.
loneliness. You're right.
Hmm.
Huh.
Cassie has a good point. Idiots believe what she's saying and then they go and attack Cassie. So, in essence, what they're trying to do is make this out to be a suicide and then go and pick at Cassie. Look, I still call bullshit on it. I don't care. Show me
Right.
something. Show me something. Okay. You've got several
Hmm.
people that can research and research well, and there's nothing to be found. Um, no case, no face. Show me the body. Like, you guys invented this whole little scenario, which is sick all in itself. That is actually the mental illness developing in front of us right there. That somebody would go to that extreme to get attention, that they would create a mess like this. Um, but like I said, the subscribers need to hold them accountable because they don't even research and then they go and attack people for stuff that is a lie. It's just all a
Right.
lie.
Right.
And I do feel bad for Cassie because man, she gets it. She gets it. And she gets it from a lot of different angles. And she has brought so much to this case that we would have never known otherwise. But she's the one that gets attacked all the time. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. I don't understand
Right.
it. Um, it'd be one thing if Cassie was wrong all the time. We're like, I
Yeah.
need to double check that, whatever. No, that's not the case.
Chloe, what she say? Since you say, wait, what she say?
Yeah, since you
So
say
since
you know
you take
her, is
away
she
from
dead or
dead or
alive?
alive.
Project 1970? That's a good question.
Yeah, it's the audacity for me. Yeah, right.
Yes.
Beyond
Yes.
me, really. Right. But I don't know. That's why, you know
She
what?
says
Maybe.
alive, just FYI for y'all. It's just, I don't understand. It's kind of like, faking your own death. What would you have gained out of this? Like, is it because you wanted to exit from the scene? Cool. But you ain't got to
Right.
die to do it. All you got to do is turn that computer off.
Hmm. That's why I try. You know what? For me, that's why I try to stay out of it. That's why I like being behind the scene. Behind the scene.
Hmm.
You know me. I don't say too much unless it's just like getting on my nerve.
Hmm. Hmm.
Seriously. Yup, seriously. So
Hmm.
hopefully,
Right.
hopefully, I mean it'll die down for you, Chloe. I hope. I hope it'll die down for you. And
Hmm.
everybody can just work y'all, work together and get all this stuff.
Hmm.
Look at y'all can just look at everybody y'all stuff and then just get it together. You know,
Yes. You know,
I don't know what to say
it's
about
right is
that.
right. Right is right and wrong is wrong. No, I didn't start out liking Cassie. Chloe did not. Um, but it gets to a point where right is right and wrong is wrong.
Right.
And I had to take a step back and look at my own self. And I think a lot of times um, people need to do that. Just period in life. Take a step back and look at how you are behaving in the situation. And I saw the situation for what it was, which was somebody blowing smoke up my ass, basically to get me mad at Cassie. So regardless, right is right and wrong is wrong. And I was able to mend fences with Cassie, Chloe. Uh, Actually, I do want to bring that up, Debbie. They are holding a memorial tonight at 11:30. That's how sick this has gone
But who?
for Ava. Yes, they're gonna have a full-fledged memorial.
Okay. I,
It is getting worse by the day, Jackie's concerned. It absolutely is, and I don't know what it's going to take to resolve it.
a memorial? Are you?
Yes, they are having a full-fledged memorial for someone who is not deceased. If it was their death
Oh,
from YouTube, cool. If it's your death from YouTube, that's fine. Turn your computer off. But don't
But
say you don't.
oh, I can't believe it. Okay.
Yes, 11:30.
11:30. What time is it now? It's 10:42. Okay.
9:42 my time. So
Okay. It's 10:42 mine. Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
it will be on Nia's YouTube, guys. So yes, that is what they're doing. That is attention seeking at its finest, and that is mental illness. I'm sorry, but you can't tell me that that is not mental illness. Some people do not need access to computers, and this is a good example.
I'm like, look, I'm like Miss Jackie. God does not like ugly. No offense to anyone. I believe that too, Miss Jackie.
Hmm.
I do. I
Oh,
believe
she
that.
she just started her live. See there, see Shanna Fisher said the same thing. Like we have all been affected by suicide in
Right. I'm
some
sorry to
form.
hear that, Miss Shanna. Right. I'm sorry to hear that.
Jennifer,
Huh?
Jennifer said, "Sorry, ladies, but I got to go see."
I know, right?
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
It's hard, Miss Shanna. It's hard. Your cousin and left a note. Yeah, my little cousin left a note. I mean, my little nephew, 16, he left a note, but my older cousin didn't. But he told my aunt as to why though before he did it, but we didn't know he was gonna do it. But he said, he was tired of having the blood clots. He had blood clots and it was real painful for him. Um,
that's
so
terrible.
he said he couldn't take it no more. And then he had a baby girl on the way of all things to live for.
Oh,
But he said it was just painful,
that's
so
terrible. That's
yeah,
terrible.
yep,
Yeah, so I just thought this was really tacky, and I definitely wanted to come out and speak about it. I was going to play the recording from where I called the police department, but there's really nothing to hear. I mean, other than me giving them what I know to be her location, and I did do a welfare check. I don't care who knows that. If this is in fact a person who is in mental crisis, then I'm glad that I did it. Um,
right, right. She said,
it's
okay, what's she? Oh,
Can
Miss
we
Debbie said,
screen
okay,
share
yeah,
so
we
we
can
can pay our
screen share that.
respects?
Yeah, we could. Yup, everybody should get on and pay our respects.
Oh my goodness.
I just can't understand why somebody would do that. Maybe
Yeah,
it's
she
her,
needs Jesus.
like you said, maybe it's her exit to YouTube. Maybe it's
Hmm.
her exit to YouTube,
Hmm.
hopefully. But it is, and that's how she doing it. She shouldn't have did it that way. She shouldn't have said it
Mm-mm.
that way. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Whew.
I'm telling you.
I don't know. I'm just laughing at some of these some of these comments.
I know. Like, whoo. This is definitely psychotic behavior. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
It's not normal. And speaking on mental illness, I mean, this is mental illness that's playing out in front of us. I mean, recognize it. Recognize these signs, guys. It's right
Mm.
there in front of us. We have somebody holding a memorial for someone who did not kill themselves. That's a little off in my book.
Miss Vanessa, yeah, it is getting crazy. It is. It ain't getting. It has gotten crazy.
Hmm. Hmm.
Ooh, I just don't
It
know.
has. It
Yeah.
has.
Well,
So,
Chloe, you want Chloe to call in, or you want to call
what?
Chloe? You want Chloe to call in, or you want to put Chloe in? I can get off. You can call her in,
That's
so she can
fine.
call in. Okay.
Okay. I'll
All right.
send her a link. I'm going to send you a link, Chloe.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna watch from the sidelines. Bye,
Okay.
everybody. Have a blessed
I
night.
thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Uh, Cassie, do you want to come up here? You don't have to. I think, honestly, I was about to end it so that I could see what's being said at this virtual memorial. Oh, good night, Shayna Fisher. She is such a sweetheart. D. Walsh is such a sweetheart. Um, I think that I am going to end this so that you guys can see what's being said if that's what you choose to do. But please be mindful while you're hearing it, what's going on so that you're aware and you don't fall for the okey doke. Because I hate to see people fall for the okey doke. But I'm back. This drug me back. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, Jennifer. All right, guys. I'm gonna get off here so that we can go elsewhere. But I'm back and I won't be gone far. So thanks for watching. I hope everybody has a good night and peace be with everybody. Thanks for watching, guys.